Parents have enough to worry about, whether it's changing their kids' diapers or making sure they have to assure their kid that they're not the only one in junior high that has to wear a raincoat. Then there's teachers. Teachers are overworked and underpaid. They have to make sure they're grading the papers, picking out the right sticker for their student's essay that's not going to shatter their confidence, spend 6 hours decorating the classroom for Arbor Day, and do it all with a smile on their face. Then there's mentors. Mentors are a special breed. Mentors are like angels on earth because they imagine that the world would be a better place if young minds had a champion that was pushing them to be the very best that they could possibly be. They do it with the wisdom of a parent and the grace of a teacher. On PEI, there are mentors that will go above and beyond the call of duty to ensure that the next generation of Islanders are one that the island can be proud of. They don't do it for a paycheck. They don't do it for family obligation. They do it because their heart tells them to. First up, let's have a chat with a guy who's made his claim in the city of Charlottetown by being an amazing writer, comedian, improviser, and all-around nice guy, Rob McDonald.
I just want to say thank you for taking time out of your also very busy day to come join us for this discussion about arts.
Yeah, I look forward to whatever conversation is about to happen.
Yeah, I can't wait for it to start.
Has it started now?
Yeah.
Doesn't somebody have to go like that or something?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that counts.
Yeah,
I think you
okay,
just did
good,
it.
yeah.
So improv, theater, writing. What are we missing?
Improv.
Sketch?
I basically call myself a sketch comedian.
Okay. So it was through improv that you and I really got to know each other and find the roots of our relationship.
I guess so, yeah. That's where our bond happened, I guess.
Yeah.
On the stage at the Guild primarily.
I was 20 years young. What was it like working with someone like me at that point in your career? Because you were quite established and I was quite new. How do you remember that experience?
With you specifically?
Yeah.
I remember you being a bouncing ball.
Oh.
I would say.
What does that mean?
Well, did you ever take a bouncing ball to the beach?
Yeah. Yes.
You know, like a light ball.
Oh, okay.
And it sort of, it ends up in the water.
Right.
You have to chase it.
Okay.
You enjoy having the ball around.
Yeah.
But there's a bit of work involved in.
It's a bit of work. A lot of hot air.
A lot of hot air, yeah.
What advice would you give to any aspiring sketch people to kind of push them to find their own voice? What would you recommend they do?
Just write what entertains you.
Right.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes and go too far.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the big one. Don't be afraid to go too far.
I like that.
And be willing to pull yourself back. And
nice.
Yeah. I find, especially in the last number of years, it's so hard now to know what is appropriate and what works, and
yeah,
it's really hard to find that knife edge.
Yeah.
I think the knife has been put on its side now. There's no, so everybody's standing on the peanut butter side of the knife.
Yeah.
And their feet are sticky. You know.
I like your imagery.
Yeah, thank you.
This is clear proof that Rob is an exquisite writer, crafter of images. This new project, it's called The 70 Mile Yard Sale. Mm-hmm. It's the project I'm home to work on. It's a story about coming home to PEI, trying to find something lost in a yard sale, and it's something I'm trying to be personal with, but it's a work of fiction, and I'm really trying to apply a lot of the lessons learned from us working together into this new piece. So I just want to say thank you for everything you've offered me thus far that I take forward, and I hope the ball is a little more shapely.
The ball has a little bit more weight to it.
A little more weight to it.
Yeah. When I throw it away now, it doesn't drift off in the currents.
Yeah. It just floats away gently.
Yeah.
And you get to watch it.
It's deciding its own direction now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
People love this yard sale. Islanders, we love this yard sale because I think it comes down to true island nature. Islanders are fickle by nature. We ought to do things on our own terms. It's been that way for centuries. You look at the Charlottetown Conference of 1864. Delegates from Upper and Lower Canada, they came to Charlottetown to pitch this idea of confederation, a union of all the colonies across this land. Upper Canada, they said it was a great idea. Lower Canada, they said that's great. Ontario, they joined. Quebec, they joined. Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, they get on in the fun. They said, we're going to join. Prince Edward Island hosted the conference. They fed the meals, they served the drinks, they gave them a place to stay. Prince Edward Island, when asked to join Confederation, said no. Because they wanted to do it only on their own terms. That's true island nature.
Let's talk with someone who's supported many up-and-coming PEI performers, such as myself, the coordinator of the UPEI Theater Studies Department, Dr. Gregory Doran.
All right, so we actually had a bit of a bet at the start of this when we were waiting for you to come out. We're wondering what you might be wearing because you don't dress like other UPEI professors. You often have a very chic kind of style. And you're probably the only UPEI professor I've seen just to walk around in shorts and a t-shirt.
Oh, there are others, but
Yeah.
I won't teach like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, and today is super warm.
Yeah.
So yeah, and knowing I was going to be in meetings all day, it was sort of like, I'm going to be comfortable and I'm going to enjoy. But yeah, I don't typically look like a lot of my colleagues.
What is it that motivated you to be someone who motivates other people, someone who wants to bring out the best in people?
Wow. I think part of it was the students that came to me.
Right.
If there are no students, then what am I doing here, right? I mean, at the bottom line, no students, why am I here? There's no university if there's no students.
Yeah.
I've also had the great fortune of having great mentors sort of moving through my own academic career. And there have been lots of people over the years who have helped mentor me. And maybe it's my idea of kind of paying it back. And so I never look at students as kind of finished products because they're always developing, they're evolving. You went from the guy who improv and goofy and now, of course, I think of you as the hustler because you work harder than anyone I know to get work for yourself quite often. But you really do. You push yourself and you're not afraid to sort of take on the various things that you do, which I think is amazing.
Thank you. Truly, I don't think I would be who I am without you, sir. And
well, thank you.
I think that's a good way to end a walk, I'd say. I'd say, Uri. Oh, he does this every time. Every time I think it's done, he keeps it going because he knows I have pressured speech where if someone just keeps it going, I just don't know what to say. But I will, okay, I know what I will say. You changed my life in a way that I never expected, and you helped me become someone that I never thought I'd be, but someone I didn't not want to be, you know? And it's cool that we're still friends.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I think this is the part where we hug.
I think so.
It's the night before the show. It's tomorrow. And, you know, chatting with everybody from this trip, it's given me a lot to think about and to reflect upon because it's not so much the writing of this piece that I'm feeling nervous or anxious about. It's the amount of vulnerability that's been shared with me from everybody I've been chatting with that I'm just nervous about, kind of opening up and presenting myself to a room full of people in my hometown and a story about my hometown. And just from a lot of these chats with people like my dad, with Greg and Rob, people who've supported me, important relationships, people that have made me want to be better in my own relationship, my best friend, and learning more about the history of where we are. It's given me a lot to reflect on, and it feels as though I've been given permission to trust myself, which is kind of scary in a way. I'm ready. I know I am. I need to trust that I know that I am. And I guess the pressure I'm putting on myself is I don't want to let these people down. even though they're the first ones to tell me that that's impossible. But the fact that I know they would say that are why these are people that I continue to seek out in my life. And they're all part of home.